super excited, guys. Thanks for making the trek up here. Guys, this is Almost Famous. Like I normally say, we're off to the races, right? As I normally say, guys, this is my intro. I'm super excited. That's my show. Just kidding. To my left, I have the one and only Ruben.
Hey, thanks for having us on.
Woo! And then right next to him, the very colorful rock star, Mr. Mike. Woo! And guys, please give it up for the one and only band that's making splashes across the United States and abroad. I think even Tijuana, you guys went to play. Yeah. Frantic Romantic!
Hey, man, we need to hire you to do that for us live, you know?
I'm down. I told you
Curtains
I
open,
energy,
just
right?
boom. Yeah, that's good.
I could, by the way. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I'm all about working crowds these days, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I go to 7-Eleven, that is, you know?
Yeah.
all those kids still eating shit. Right? No, but I'm very excited because first of all, what instrument do you play in the band, and what instrument do you play in the band, or what do you do in the band? Okay, what's your function, brother?
So I play guitar. I play guitar.
Guitarist, and Mike,
lead vocalist.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. As I would know that already, but I want the rest of America to know that. So at any rate, I'm super excited, guys, that you guys made your trek up here. I know you guys are from all the way from San Jose, but you no longer live in San Jose.
No, we don't.
You're now transplanted to the wonderful, colorful Hollywood Boulevard.
Woo! That's right.
LA.
It's the best city on earth.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're going to have it either way. Now, let's backtrack because, first of all, we're going to go ahead and shout out to Amanda, Joy, Marshall to make this happen.
That's right.
Amanda, you rock and you know it.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
This is because of you. Because of you. I'm not going to stop there.
Hey, no, go ahead. Go on.
Before I get lynched over here, right?
No.
But guys, I am, the reason I'm super hyped up. I mean, needless to say, I'm always like this.
Yeah, that's
excited
good.
again. There are times when my energy level is kind of low. Tonight, guys, I'm super excited because not every day do I have such a energy. Speaking of energetic, man, you, my friend, and you guys are always like, it's unreal when you watch some of your videos. I'm going to get into that later.
Yeah.
Of course, in the show, when you watch, it's lively, it's jovial. Everyone's having the time of their life. You're bouncing off of walls, almost, as it were. Where do you guys get that energy, man? For real.
I think he channels a lot of that stuff, and I just try to keep up, you know?
That's right.
Since I met him. I'm sure you read the thing when we met each other.
Yeah.
He was wearing a pimp suit. I was
yeah.
wearing a businessman suit.
That's
and he
funny.
just brought the house down. I was like,
Yeah,
my wife looked at me and said, get him as your singer.
It's fantastic. You did. And, I mean, as I say, the rest is history, right? But you guys were in a different band called, let's see, Skyway View.
Yeah.
And you guys went from that to Frantic Romantic.
That's right.
Now, one of you guys happens to be more frantic, and the other one is more romantic.
I think so.
Can you guess who? Because both
tough.
elements are here,
It's
right?
hard.
Now.
It's hard.
We're both here right now. Yeah, that's true.
Now, let's talk about Frantic Romantic, okay?
Absolutely.
That's an easy giveaway.
Yeah.
You guys, is there like moments that are frantic and romantic at the same time? Obviously, when you guys are collaborating, needless to say, on your music, right? But some stories that might stand out in the production of your music, if you will, when you guys are in the studio, per se. Some stories that might come out like what's frantic, craziness.
Well, so right now, as of now, we have 3 albums. Every album has been a different experience.
Yeah.
Some have been good experiences. Some have been hectic experiences. I'd say there have been times of joy, times of disappointment, times of anger.
Yeah.
Such as life, right?
Such as life. Yeah. But just kind of relating to the songwriting, there was a name change, right, from Skyway View to Frantic Romantic, and it was a conversation we had in 2018. And at that point, we had made an album together, and we were about to release our second album.
Okay.
And we wanted to come up with something that was more descriptive of the music itself.
Got it.
So it's really rooted in, because Ruben writes lyrics, I write lyrics. Ruben tends to write more romantically.
Yeah.
And
romanticized.
And then I tend to write with some more anger.
It goes from the throat, right from the throat.
So that's kind of how the name change came along was, what's something more descriptive of the music and kind of more descriptive of how we are on stage. And
I mean, it was really cool circumstances if you think about it too.
Yeah.
We were chosen to do this thing for EA Games where they got like their high potential dudes to make teams, and they just literally threw them in a room and surprised them and said, "Okay, there's 5 bands, get them signed." That's literally what they did, you know?
For real?
For real, for
This
real.
is crazy.
I was like,
only at almost
yeah. I had a newborn baby at home, so I was like, I gotta make this shit work. It's gotta be good, you know? I mean, not at the time.
Yeah,
in
well,
2018.
congratulations either way.
Yeah,
Good job.
thank you.
Yeah.
I think the runner-up name was Decibel.
Decibel Therapy, yeah. Something, I don't know, it was a terrible name.
High decibels.
Yeah.
So we sat in a room with like this marketing team, and they were great. They were fantastic. They were like the top of the top.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow,
they kind of were like,
great story.
Yeah.
they were like, hey, you know, change your name. Not really because, but like they were talking about the Skyway name, and it was a dude who was in the band years ago who left. He came up with the name, and everybody was like, then why are we still doing it? And I was like, it's time we change it. I don't know, you know.
They were asking us the hard questions.
Yeah,
Right,
which was great.
Yeah. Well, it also like you know, there's truth to that. You know, as they say that, you know, when you break up. It's like a breakup, like a relationship breakup.
Yeah.
You completely break up with someone in your band that leaves, and it's a departure. So also too, there ought to be like a change with the name, out with the old and with the new sort of thing. And then you have to have your new folks or collaborators as a collective kind of come in like, okay, let us come up with our own name collectively now that I've joined your family. It's like a new husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whatever. I like that. That's crazy. And just all the stuff you're talking about just must have been what a hoot, you know? Just to be a fly in the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is like, so for me, it was like one of those like do or die moments. It's like, man, you know, I was working 2 jobs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had to ask both jobs for the time off. We go, we're all hyped up. We're like, okay, let's do this. The guy who was our pitch guy was the best pitch guy, so we picked him. We got to pick our own team. And like literally, we had like 5 minutes till you guys go on stage. The guy picks up his phone. He's like, "What? Sorry guys, I gotta go."
No way.
And we were like,
he stormed out.
He stormed out. Like we thought he's got to be messing with us, right?
Yeah.
He comes in, he grabs his laptop, and he accidentally throws it across the room. We're like, "Oh yeah, no, he's not messing with us."
He broke it. Yeah, he broke his
laptop.
laptop on the way out.
All right. Where's what's his name? Is it, you know, fucking you just got punked.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, Ashton
Yeah,
Kutcher,
yeah.
where's he at? You know, or
Yeah. You know, it's funny, but okay. So with this new vibe, I mean, we're really peeling at the layers here. Sorry, guys.
No
I can
worries,
skip
please.
this as
All
a
good.
normal, you know, so just
Yeah.
Peel it to the
Okay,
core,
this
man.
is exactly.
To the core.
So we're we're talking about. I try to dissect the band because so the name changes. There's one song I really like. Is it Crimson Petal?
Oh, I love that song.
I mean, one of many.
First single we ever released.
Okay.
First song we ever worked on too.
Yeah.
So, does the sound somehow I feel like so everyone evolves as it were, unless you're even Metallica. You're Slayer. You're not gonna go with anything other than Slayer.
Right.
And we love Slayer, but Metallica did change, so I can't use them. But Slayer, let's use Slayer for that matter.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys like Slayer.
No, Slayer's
anyway,
cool. Yeah.
I know you guys do, but the
yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
But their music is consistent
Yeah.
for over the years. Tom Araya has been doing the same shit forever. So and it's good at that. We don't want them to change. Well, they're gone, right? No, I think they came
Well,
back.
Kerry King's doing Kerry King now, right? Yeah.
So thank you for that. Thanks, Ruben. So you're up to date with all this stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
He's an encyclopedia.
Wow, unbelievable, bro. You and I gotta talk.
Yeah.
I think you got me beat though.
No. I just got lucky, man. I just got lucky.
So the thing is, the fact of the matter is, you guys evolved. So I'm trying to say, like a lot of bands tend to evolve. Your sound is different, right? Has the philosophical aspect of it changed and the vibes changed somewhat from the older band? Being that there are new members in the band.
Right.
Yeah. What is that like? Because I understand you guys have a lady that's a badass drummer.
Yeah.
And she's from like Portuguese or something?
Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a Brazilian element.
Yeah. Shout out to Patty.
Well,
our bassist too.
Our bassist is Brazilian too.
Wow. They're in and of itself, it's changed.
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting because like we've always, I think our rhythm section has evolved, right? That's really where it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're the rhythm section, you know?
Wow, that's
cool.
interesting. So do they know each other? I mean, like.
I think they knew each other through friends of friends or whatever, you know, something like that.
All right. Yes, you know I got cue callers.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Like the Tonight Show, only better.
Yeah.
From San Jose to the Sunset Strip.
Yes.
I love that. I mean, I love that. That ought to be I coined it here. And by the way, I do have to say, I'm ADHD, guys. I'm terribly sorry. I'm all over the place. I want to thank you. And I know my wife's going to thank you for this very cool, way cool, futuristic shirt that says Frantic Romantic. And guess what? I got to choose it. And they so graciously brought it and didn't forget to bring it. So thank you guys. I really did. So
enjoy it.
Thank you for rocking it. Thank you for rocking it.
I'm rocking it here because Frantic Romantic is the band, man. That's all I got to say. San Jose, the times I've been to Jolly Valley, the factory, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jolly Valley factory.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, so many years ago, I went there on an excursion. Okay, I took my son. It wasn't a field trip from school. It was so far away. But I took my son there because he wanted to go to the Jolly Valley factory, so we took him, right? And it was such a blast. And then we went to a museum, rather it's is it the museum where they have
the Discovery Museum? Is it the Cube?
It might
the Purple Cube or something.
Well, it's the one. I'm trying to remember. They had an earthquake simulator, and my son didn't want to do the.
I think it's the Children's Discovery Museum.
That's probably it.
And my son didn't want to do it. He was thinking. Then the next time he's like, "Fuck yeah, I want to do it."
Yeah.
So anyway, I really enjoy it. The times I've been in San Jose, it's been badass. I've seen a lot of cool stuff, and I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't know it through and through. So, is there like you transplanting from San Jose down to LA, which we're very happy about, and to have you guys here? Is how has the transition been for you guys? Even though it's been a while,
I'll let you
start very different for the two of us. So I moved down to LA in 2014. I work in the animation industry, so I jumped right into that.
Funny tidbit, right, is that you joined the band in 2015, you know?
Well, so they hit me up in late 2014, and I wasn't really getting a lot of work.
Okay.
So I thought, I'll be back in the Bay Area probably pretty soon, here in a couple months, and then I landed a gig, and I'm like, well, I'm down, but I live in LA and you guys live in San Jose, and as long as you're cool with that, then I'm cool with it too. So that was probably the next 5 years for me, was driving up and down the 5, doing a bunch of gigs.
We mainly did shows in San Jose and the Bay Area. I would rehearse with the band. I would rehearse with the band, and it seemed like impossible for us to play over here. And now that we're here, we're like, I kind of understand why, you know? Mm-hmm. You have to have presence, you really do.
Now, you guys didn't start off too bad. Like a lot of bands have a hard kind of patchy start. You guys had a pretty cool kind of, takeoff. But just in the last, I would say, couple of years, things have really taken off for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, your music is super cool. Like we said, it's new wave, and it's got so many cool elements it's great because you draw from 80s, you draw from the 90s, and almost somewhat a little 2000s maybe. I can hear a little bit of Korn, a little bit of Korn.
Yeah, I love Korn. I love Korn. Yeah.
See?
I was literally just listening to Korn on the way here.
Yeah. So I said, there's Korn elements. There's Bakersfield, California.
Right.
It's great. It's all California here, dude. I love it.
We actually have 7-string on the new songs and stuff.
Oh,
too,
shit.
That's cool.
And that's what I thought. I said, dude, I see Korn elements. They're channeling a little Korn there.
Yeah.
So what's it been like? I mean, people here in LA, and you guys, it's the fan base is growing, and you guys get tackled after the gig. Do they stick around? Do you guys stick around and talk to your fans?
We do, and even especially on the Sunset, we've hung out. And this is stuff we always wanted to do when we were kids, right? Like I always dreamed of playing these venues, and we're walking, and people are like, "Frantic Romantic," and we're like, "Oh, cool," I don't know what to say, man. I'm just,
But are you guys sober? You guys party? You guys don't have to answer that.
Oh no, I'm actually 8 years sober, man. Okay, so I don't. I'm present. I'm there.
It's there. Well, see, a lot of that has changed over the years. Because and not to knock on our fucking heroes, but if you look back on Bowie and Motley Crue, Hollywood, thinking about Sunset Strip and the Body Shop, right? Motley Crue, the Doors, even way back then. People were partying their brains off back in the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think we're a little more health conscious. We're like, okay, wait, my weight, my belly. Okay, wait, I gotta tone it down a little. Less cigarettes, so I put out a couple more less butts than before.
Yeah, I think we're a little more conscious of that, of life kicking our ass, right? Yeah. We were shooting a video in 23, and I tore my Achilles just running in the hallway over and over again. Shit. So it's just we got to make better choices.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is, man.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
And I see more and more of that. And I love the trend, and I think it's great because if we learn anything about history does repeat itself if you don't learn from it. And I think we've all learned, right? Especially you guys, be rock stars.
Yeah, totally.
I think, and like I said, not knocking on the older cats. It's great to see that as not only just a cautionary tale, but as a great, like, almost like a family album for us older cats.
Yeah,
we have albums in the old days. We open them up and you're like, "Fuck, it used to be crazy." You remember this?
Yeah.
But it's looking back almost. So, so do you guys hang out after the fact? You said, like, to hang out with some of the fans at times. It's
we
kinda
do.
like,
We do. If we can. There's people that sometimes have come from the Bay Area, and we go. Our favorite thing to do is go eating at a diner,
Right.
or
Mouse,
go like the
right?
Rainbow. You
Mouse.
know? Yeah, exactly.
We went to when we played at Molly Malone's, we were hanging out at Cantor's until I don't know 3:30 in the morning or something. You know,
we saw a boy from what's that show? This Fool? He was there. I mean, we didn't want to be like annoying, but we're like,
yeah.
You
He's
know?
a comedian guy, right?
Comedian, yeah.
That's a staple for rock stars. If you guys remember, Guns N' Roses, used to have like a special place there, and I think one of their videos was shot in there.
Partially in there, right? Yeah.
Partially. I really love that. So, I mean, this is right up my alley, by the way. I'm just relishing in this whole moment.
Yeah.
For me, it's great. Anytime I have guys that sort of have the same vision as I do, like musically, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, make no mistake, we have other music in our playlist, which is a great segue. What is Ruben and Mike? You know, obviously I'm gonna ask you first.
Yeah.
Because you're to my left. What does your playlist look like in your car? What kind of music do you listen to?
Well, you know, having a 7, almost 8-year-old daughter does influence it a little bit. You know, she likes a lot of the stuff I like, but it's like doesn't really rock. You know, like stuff like Churches.
Mm-hmm.
What else? She likes a lot of stuff like Harry Styles. So I've gotten a little more broad with some of that stuff. You know. And Lana Del Rey, I mean, that's almost always in my car in rotation.
Yeah. How about you, sir?
Well, you know, I'm always looking for new stuff, but I think my happy place is always going to be 90s alternative.
Fantastic.
And I think that really comes out in a lot of what I do is very influenced on bright, loud colors and manic energy of the 90s. You know, like I'm a huge Bowie fan. Huge Bowie fan, but one of my favorite phases of Bowie is 90s Bowie, because it was kind of a return to form for him. You know, he started putting on the makeup, you know, and the crazy outfits and stuff. And
Ziggy, right? Ziggy?
Yeah.
Ziggy Stardust, or that whole persona he had.
That's what I loved about him. He reinvented himself so many times, you know?
And it's that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like the evolution of some of the bands and stuff. And it's okay to change a little bit. But your sound has kind of maintained to some extent. It's great because, see, like when we look back on this, I'm going to be like, these guys that I had are now fucking world known, right? World renowned artists. And their sound hasn't really, like, it's true to form. Like, it's just, this is what they're always like. And they never really changed. Maybe a couple variations, like maybe less synthesizer or whatever. In some of the tracks. Yeah. But for the most part, it kind of follows suit in their own formula, their own jam, their own sauce, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of the recipe that works. It's the reason why the people have come to you in the first place. Because we all crave for this music, but
cool.
All of us that lived through the 80s and 90s and had K-Rock on, and you know, remember fucking Richard Blade, and back in the day they played like the 90s, and then of course we got the new metal, and that was to me, I don't know about you guys, but like when new metal kicked in, it was like, oh dude, I don't know about that. I didn't know about it because like I was down with, like, I listened to rap growing up, you know, Cypress Hill, you know, Beastie Boys, punk rockers turned rappers, but nevertheless rap, you know. So I like rap, and I like what Beastie Boys did, and that's kind of the introduction. Also, Run DMC, you just mentioned, Ruben, very clever with Aerosmith, you know, it's kind of like the beginning introduction to new metal, as it were, but it was definitely like the acquired taste. It took a while for me to really get into Korn and all these other bands. It took a while, right? But then once they were in your head, it was like, fuck, I can't get this shit out, right? So this is what I know them for. So they went into rap, full on rap. I don't even like them anymore because they lose the essence, and this is your essence. So for that, I congratulate you guys.
Thank you, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And you know, to that point, I think what's really cool, just kind of getting back to the origin of how we started collaborating.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's something really special to, like, you know, Ruben wanted to be in a band with me because he saw me perform.
Right.
You know, and I wanted to be in a band with Ruben because I saw him perform. You know, it was. There wasn't anything about it that was like, let's just grab anybody and like cross our fingers and hope it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
It was very much like, I know your sound, and you know my vocals.
Those elements,
stuff,
we need to combine those elements. Yeah.
And what's been really cool about how we have written music over the years is like, we're always looking for something that's going to sound different, but not something that's going to betray our
original
like a fan
trademark.
base.
integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and whenever we write an album, we always start with about 30 songs, and then we always go like, okay, well, these two sound a little bit too similar,
Right.
or like this one sounds a little bit too much like something on the last album, or you know. So there is like a lot of thought put into like.
Yeah, we put a lot of time into that.
Yeah, you guys spend time. And I always ask most of the artists because I've dabbled. I'm not gonna say I'm an artist. I'm a musician anyway. I'm an artist, but I'm not a musician per se. I dabble. I've written songs. However, I found that when I write, my wife would be, if she were here, she'd tell you the truth. 20 minutes. Oh my God, that song's a gem. Like you spend way too much writing a song. And somehow, like that's not the song that people tend to like.
Right.
My family,
Right.
showcases my family, my son, I'm very critical, but I'm very self-critical.
Yeah.
So, you guys, again, is that something that, like, what's the shortest time span in writing a song for you guys? I mean, and that's actually the shortest, but also too, which was the one that most people would think would lasted longer than it really did.
In terms of songwriting.
Songwriting, man. We're talking about songwriting.
I mean, just my own personal take on it.
Yeah.
You know, we have a song called "The Art of Letting Go."
Yeah.
Which, if I was to write something like that, it would probably take like 20 years.
Yeah.
Ruben just kind of
bounced it out.
Just was like, here it is. So and I'm like, how did you make this?
It took a while though. That one, I remember, it was literally. We did the whole shelter in place. We decided to write some new stuff. Maybe even like a week before we decided to do a new album.
Creative juices, dude.
Yeah.
Being stuck in a place for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. I remember I'd be with my family all day. They'd all go to sleep around 11 o'clock at night. And then I'd stay up all night and just go to the garage and just started working on it. Wow. And I was like, normally I could write songs faster. I took my time with that one. I was like, this has got to be as honest as I can be. A lot of times I don't want to give a lot of stuff away because it's real personal.
Sure.
I've been at like rock bottom, so this is my rock bottom. This is my unresolved conversation
with
kind of with people that I never resolved it with a bunch of people. You know?
I'm gonna listen to that song.
Well, and actually to that point, PRE. You know, just the tone of that. That was the last album we just put out, and the tone of that album, because it was written during lockdown. Was very vulnerable.
Yeah,
very like we cut back on a lot of the cosmetics that we usually have in our songwriting, and we kind of just.
And I mean, a lot went down, right? We had our other guitarist got really sick. I got really sick when we were making it. The world was shut down, so
COVID was a vulnerable time in and of itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the nitty gritty would come out basically, and everything and everybody, and all the nooks and crannies, you know, where we're being shown all the flaws.
Right.
Yeah. It was okay to be flawful.
I look at it as like,
as it were.
I look at that situation as like a kiln. Like, I think we were tempered stronger because of that. Like, there were so many opportunities we had before COVID. Yeah. We were all amped up, and it was just like a non-starter. It literally just stopped. There was like a lot of frustration, but we're better because of it, I think, now.
Yeah, on the other end.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool about it too, I mean, granted, we had some internal struggles with the lineup of the band, but for the most part, you know, Ruben, Ziek, and myself, like we really kind of stuck together. You know, we decided to do a lot of songwriting. We also had this like show that we did where we would bring people on and you know talk to them about you know, there's different bands and venue holders and stuff, and we would just chat with them and put it out into the world, you
It's
know.
fantastic.
So we're
A lot of people are doing like podcasts.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like a Zoom
Yeah.
podcast.
To connect, exactly, to connect with
Facebook, Instagram, you see people talking, connecting so and so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
true, getting real and getting like getting very real about what's going on in the world. You know, what we're in inner struggles and getting introspective, as it were.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you guys. Let's talk about Celestina.
Sure.
That the song transcends any being, any normal being. Whether you're on drugs or not, it transcends you, bro. It's like a never like ending deal. But I was also gonna get to the videos in a second.
Yeah.
Bro, like
He drew that, by the way. He animated that.
you animated the whole
He
thing.
animated the video.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know what?
This fucking guy.
Hats off,
man.
dude.
I know.
Thanks.
Holy shit! Kudos to you, man. Like it
Yeah.
is. Obviously, Celestina is it Spanish for celestial being?
It's like a celestial
Yeah,
being. It's
celestial
like a
being, right?
goddess,
Okay.
basically. Yeah, yeah.
And it's well done, man. And it's long. And so was that purposely done? Because that's one of the last tracks, right? In one of your albums.
Yeah, the second album. The album's called
right.
Celestine. It's the title track.
Okay.
So it closes it out. We fade it out. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was perfect. A perfect ending to a album, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
just if I had to look from the outside in,
I agree.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, I don't
that was
know.
intentional, of course.
But I was very insistent on ending the album
Yeah.
with that.
And I mean, you let me pick the order, but I was like,
Right.
hey, I'm totally down with it.
Yeah.
How does it feel? I mean, going back to the iconic, like places, temples, as they were,
Yeah.
Sacrosanct, the place out here in Sunset, like they used to, what is it called? Hollywood, was it Hollywood Go? Is it Go-Go or?
Whiskey
Oh, Whiskey Go-Go.
Yeah.
Which you guys have a show coming up.
September
Whiskey Go-Go.
27th.
September
that's right.
27th.
Yeah.
September 27th,
Very
guys.
excited.
I'm excited too because
Yeah.
I think I want to go to that with my wife.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. Nice.
So,
yeah.
We'll hook you up.
oh
Yeah, we'll
man,
do it,
yeah.
for sure. Man.
Really,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
dude, I'm so
Yeah.
stoked. How does it feel to be able to play those venues? I know we talked about our heroes and all the greats that went through. How does it feel that you guys are playing those? And a lot of times, a lot of people turn out to these shows. You can play at some of these places.
And you play to a dead house.
Right.
I've seen it, man. It sucks,
So,
but
how does
we've been
it
very
feel?
lucky,
Conversely, how does it feel for you guys though? You guys play to a good crowd. I mean,
Well, so, okay, this is going to be a long-winded answer, but I think it's
we
necessary.
have time.
Cool.
When I was 18, I wanted to move to LA to be a musician. And everybody talked me out of it. Right? And I don't know if a lot of people down in LA know this, but the Bay Area, for whatever reason, has a bit of a stigma against LA. I had it too.
Could
I
be
had it too.
baseball, could be basketball. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Sports related.
Maybe.
But that was the dream, because you grow up with these
Yeah.
bands, and a lot of them come out of LA. Like the whole
Right.
late '80s, the back half of the '80s, where it was like, Guns N' Roses and Jane's Addiction and Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah.
and
Van Halen, all those cats,
Yeah.
Pasadena. Or,
Yep. And Stone Temple Pilots, one of my favorites.
Wow.
Coming out of
Yeah, you
LA.
can tell the influence, right? in this
Fuck,
guy.
dude, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it though, because the guy rest in peace passed on.
Yeah,
I
But,
know.
but I mean, it's not too bad, not too shabby to be likened to a
It's not a
rock
bad
star.
hero, right?
Dude,
Bowie and Violet.
STP, man, come
Yeah.
on.
But you read about these folks, and you read about the places that they play at, and all these people went to Fairfax High, and all these people played on the Sunset Strip, and all this stuff, and you're just like, that's what I want to do, I want to be a part of that, and when I finally, I kind of sidestepped, right, because I went to college for animation, and when you're
Good for you, man.
thank you,
Your videos, as a result, are fucking masterpieces.
Thank
And
you,
that
man.
explains
Yeah.
why.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But like when you're in that program, the thing they tell you is like, oh yeah, you got to move to LA, and I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, all the way.
So like I really love the Bay Area for what it is. Like I thought
Yeah.
San Jose specifically was this interesting kind of indie sandbox that no one really knew about, but it had a very there was like a whole
There's a bunch of talent,
whole
dude.
thing. Like
There's still a bunch of talent. Each section, right?
the east side had a flavor, the south side had a
Yeah,
flavor, the
downtown.
west side, downtown. It all had different things going on, and it was really cool.
Wow.
And like when you had the opportunity to play in San Francisco, that was awesome too. Like
Yeah.
Bottom of the Hill,
Yeah.
There was another place.
Independent
Slims.
Slims, yeah.
But coming down to LA, man,
It's
especially
legendary, right? It's legendary.
well, just stepping into the Viper Room, like I could play the Viper Room probably every night.
Yeah.
That's like I felt like the Viper Room was like
Crown Jewel of fucking
was made for us.
For
like,
real,
What
right?
about the Troubadour, dude?
Oh, that was a
Troubadour
dream
was
come
great,
true, man. I was like, when the fuck are we gonna play the Troubadour? I remember having a conversation about that in 2020, and when it finally happened, I was like, I just kept pinching myself. I was like, man.
Troubadour, man, when you're up there on stage and you're playing, you feel the Troubadour. You're like, oh, this is
emblematic, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw videos from that, but I was on a cane at the time. I injured myself. The same stupid injury. It was just nagging me.
Damn it.
And I was like, I'm gonna get on stage. I don't care, you know?
Yeah. So, wow, we're almost an hour in. We're gonna wind down a little, but I wanted to tell you guys, and I hate to do this, right? Because I would love for the show to go on for another hour. There's so much to talk about. Maybe we'll do.
We'll come back. Yeah,
we'll part two. You guys come back with other cats.
Yeah,
I'd like to meet the rest of your band.
Yeah.
So, 80s and 90s nostalgia is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Now you guys get to have a piece of history, of that history, and down the road, looking back, like let's say 5 years down the road, and flashback to now, what you've accomplished. I mean, and later, do you see that? Do you think you're gonna feel different when you set foot in these venues? Do the venues, in other words, do the venues ever get small? Like when you go back home, you go to a small little coffee shop and you perform. Maybe when you guys started, maybe it was a little like that. And then, does it ever get small? Do you guys ever lose your footing? Do you ever lose your ground?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I love a lot of those places, and I think I appreciate what they did for us. You know what I mean? On the way up, I mean, it shaped us. You know, a lot of that stuff. Arpatiki, right?
Yeah, you know, San Jose and the surrounding area, it's, you know, there was this place called Britannia Arms, right? And it was always kind of like jamming like 7 bands in for like 25 minute sets, you know.
It was way too loud, way too fucking loud in there.
Yeah, and like X Bar is like attached to a bowling alley, you know. But even then, it's like, I don't know. When you're in the moment, you're feeling the same emotions.
Right.
Yeah. You get to go up there and you get to do this thing that you really love to do, and I think that's probably going to be the feeling that I have anywhere that we play.
Right. This time is just space, in other words.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, what are some of the extracurricular activities you guys do when you're not starting in this wonderful rock band? Frantic Romantic. What do you guys do? Walk dogs? What do you do?
I do have a dog named Bruce Wayne.
Okay,
Yeah.
love it.
He's a lovely little guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm married to my lovely wife, Rachel.
Fantastic.
And you know, we watch a lot of movies.
Uh-huh.
I have a letterbox where that's an app where you can review a bunch of movies, right? So that's a whole thing.
Are you into documentaries at this point?
I'm sorry?
Do you do documentaries at all? Like you watch documentaries?
Oh, you know, man, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
'Cause I know that Italian sign that you're getting older is when you watch documentaries.
Yeah.
2020. Like I know I watched
Yeah.
2020 to go to bed. And it used to be that there's no fucking way on earth, dude. On God's earth,
Your
you're
taste
watching
changes,
fucking
though,
documentary,
right? Your
dude.
taste changes.
It does,
man.
dude.
Yeah, it does.
But you know, it's a really awesome documentary.
Yeah.
Let me know if you've seen this.
Okay.
The Decline of Western Civilization. Have you heard of
It
that?
sounds familiar. I haven't.
Okay, so
that's
there's
what we
3
went
of
to.
them.
The thing to go find, right? Went to go find it at.
Yeah.
I
So
was
there's
with you.
3 of them. So one of them is about the punk movement, and it's filmed. It's filmed like in the late 70s.
It's hard to
early
find
80s.
though, right?
Okay. All right.
2 is about metal in the 80s.
What?
So it's like it covers the time.
Oh, it covers everything.
In
I
LA.
like. Yeah.
Specifically in LA. They're
Yeah.
All right,
filming
I'm
these
gonna watch
places.
it. I'm gonna watch it. I watched the one was on YouTube with which I didn't even know the punk wars between the two in Chinatown, right?
Yeah.
Between it was like Madame Wong and some other little Chinese restaurant. All this was going on. All these bands were formed in Chinatown.
Yeah.
We grew up listening to it. We're like, what the fuck? It was there. So I grew up down the street from Chinatown.
Something in the water,
Yeah.
right?
And it
That's
was
cool.
nuts, dude,
Yeah.
because they had one, like, okay, so, like, basically one side was more new wave, right? As I understand, the Knack,
Yeah.
and bands like that, and Blondie and that sort of thing. The other side was all strictly punk, all LA punk.
It branched off, yeah.
That was so fucking rad that I was like, dude, this whole time I didn't know this existed. And I had shout out to a buddy of mine, Rudy Medina. He used to be in a band called The Brat in the 70s.
Yeah.
Badass punk band in East LA. They kicked ass. And they opened it for bands like Social Distortion and Black Flag.
Oh, shit.
Back in the olden days. It's a whole, he's telling me stories when we worked together.
Yeah.
At any rate, but his band is featured in this, the Bags. You know, bands you don't hear about anymore.
Yeah.
What's the name of this?
It's the Punk Rock Wars, I want to say.
Okay.
You look at it like YouTube or Chinatown Wars, but it's got like the punk element. You just put it the punk, punk rock, or Madame Wong. That's the restaurant. It was this lady. It was a Chinese lady or Japanese lady. And it is really cool, dude. You got to watch that.
Yeah, no,
I'm
into it.
Like you have a restaurant, and you know how like a coffee shop. It's kind of coffee shop bands that come in, and you know on Friday nights when I have this band play. And then suddenly there's competition across the way. Well, fuck that. They're getting more people. And so they start their own thing. They got Blondie playing over here. And friggin' the Nat just probably catches wind with people across the globe. Hey, let's go play in that one venue down there.
See, that's what makes the scene so cool.
Yeah.
Though,
right?
You know,
like
I just love stuff like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Now, before we end this beautiful podcast today, guys, no doubt it's just epic in every which way for me. Anyhow, do you have a persona different than who you are as a person? 'Cause right now, you don't seem like you have any energy running through you, bro. Like, no offense, I'm not trying to say anything other than the fact that you're calm, cool, collected.
Yeah.
You get on stage, you turn into this. You turn up the volume.
Mr. Kerosene. He turns into Mr. Kerosene.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which is what, like, it's like something that goes into a jet.
Yeah.
It's a jet fuel, right? Isn't that what that means? Your name?
Mr. Kerosene? Yeah. So kerosene is a substance. It's a highly flammable substance.
Right. So are you combustible on stage? That's one
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
And you're
yeah.
just like our boy David Bowie.
Right.
How about you, Ruben? Because you do have like a flair of like glasses and.
So I'm like a big pro wrestling fan.
Okay.
I love watching a lot of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And for me, the way I looked at it is like, you know, Mike's the front man. He's like the #1 face of the company, right?
Right.
So I equate that to something like Hulk Hogan, right?
Rest
Whatever. Yeah, rest in peace. However you feel about his later years, right?
Yeah.
So I think the #2 guy was Macho Man, and he had a lot of flair. He had to kind of really put the personality out. So that's kind of what I do.
I gotta eat some. My wife is here with me. Ooh.
I remember the Spider-Man, right? His little cameo with Spider-Man, yeah. So I always look at it that way. That's why I do flashy clothes and all that
Like fucking
stuff.
Diamond Dave, dude.
Yeah.
Diamond Dave.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth. So many years ago, real quick, we're gonna end into this shit. We got a whole hour. I love it. 55 minutes, guys. Normally a lot less. But anyway, fuck it. It feels like I'm home with my family.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
And so David Lee Roth was waiting. Here's a great story. I used to be a limo driver for many years. I drove limos. And David Lee Roth is at LAX. True story, dude.
Yeah.
And it's fucking 11 o'clock at night. It's the 11th hour, quite literally. He's waiting, and this driver, the Russian driver, this is Lee Roth. And I go, fuck, what are the odds? I mean, I picked up lots of famous people over the years. To me, it was just a name, right? But it was David Lee Roth, dude. You understand?
Nice.
I grew up.
Yeah,
I just went past the
legend,
just see if I could catch a glimpse of him because I lived up there back in the day. So I'm like, so along comes David Lee Roth. This is post many years later. David Lee Roth, not the same David. He's not anything. Of course, that's part of the show. Right. He gets off. He's got his shit, and then I asked the guy prior, do you know who Mr. Roth is? Lee Roth. No idea. Maybe Dr. Roth. He was partially right because David Roth's dad was a doctor in Pasadena.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, separate story. So David Roth comes over and they go, dude. He goes, Diamond Dave, fuck, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
Fucking as I live and breathe, right? Kind of shit. And then he goes, hey, all right, bro, you ready to go? Let's get out of here. You know, when he talks, right? He has that, and I'm like, I wish, sir, I wish. It's actually this guy. And just so you know, he thinks you're a plumber. Listen to this. Hey, man, back in the day, I was doing a lot of plumbing. You know that. Bye, baby. He goes, catch you later. And it was the funniest fucking moment in rock and roll history for me. Friends that told me that. I walked away. The guy didn't know who he was. Just gonna grab his stuff. He could short hair anyway. He looked like another old cat. But guys, this is my show, Frantic Romantic, guys. You can catch them very soon. They're going to be at the Whiskey A Go on the 27th of September.
Yeah,
is that
right.
correct? I am beyond grateful for this opportunity to have interviewed you guys. I know you guys are already there. I'm very happy to be part of this moment in history. Because anytime I get guys that talk about music, I had my buddy Ted Perlman the other day, a record producer. Oh God, it's a whole story. But guys are rock stars, played with everybody from Trini Lopez to
Oh wow, yeah.
Nice.
fucking, Frank Sinatra Jr. Guys, an older legend. A buddy of mine, and we shot it here, and it didn't record.
Oh shit.
So I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck? But anyway, we went on for an hour and a half, even took calls from like other musicians. Oh, you gotta meet my friend Jim, he's fantastic, he's a brother, this, that, and I'm like, oh shit, But it's funny,
Yeah.
we went over, we're like 50 minutes and didn't record half of it.
Damn.
The back, I call that like, what do you call it, backstage footage,
Yeah,
Yeah.
behind the scenes kind of.
Yeah, but anyway, beyond excited for what's to come for you guys.
Thank
You guys listen to Frantic Romantic. If you haven't heard from them, you're literally living in the rock. I swear to God, I promise you. That's my show, guys. Thank you so much. Till next time. Hello and goodbye.
Thanks for having us on.